It is the healthy smile on the face of a patient that fills David Dasher with a sense of satisfaction. For 9 years, David served as the dental director of the Community Healthcare Center in Wichita Falls, Texas, ensuring that those most in need, the uninsured and the underinsured, receive treatment. He takes seriously his responsibility both to his patients and his community. Throughout his career, David has understood that especially in difficult economic times, community healthcare centers play an increasingly important role in people's lives. David sought to provide his patients at the center with what he called a dental home, a place they could visit for regular cleanings and checkups before a minor problem turned into a very serious one. And if David's patients could not go to him, David went to them, making regular trips to schools and senior citizen centers in a 39-foot mobile dental van. A native of Buffalo, New York, David returned to the Empire State earlier this year to take on his newest challenge at the Syracuse Community Health Center, where he will continue to provide outstanding, compassionate care to those who otherwise might not receive it. In recent years, he has been honored as the North Texas Area United Way Community Impact Champion and as a Texas Dentist of the Year nominee and finalist. He has served his country proudly as a member of the United States Air Force and dental surgeon on military bases across the globe, including the Netherlands, Germany, and Japan. He has long believed that, quote, service to one's country is the greatest service anyone can provide, end quote. Yet his accomplishments go far beyond the professional. David has also given back to his community as a youth sports coach, CPR instructor, and as a member and president of his local school board. He lives the daily Ignatian tradition of service to others. In recognition of the tremendous care and respect he has shown to his patients, and with thanks for the leadership he has provided to his community, Moyne College is honored to bestow this award on Dr. David Dasher. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pistello. I want to thank Moyne and Dr. Pistello for this award. And to my classmates and fellow alumni, I want to say that many of you have done and are continuing to do things that make you equally deserving of this award that I'm receiving tonight. I can't believe it's been 44 years since I arrived on campus and moved into 324 Nelligan. The campus at Moyne then had but 8 buildings and about the same number of recently planted trees. Moyne then was in only its second decade, as were most of the members of the class of 1969 in their second decade. And though 2009 is touted as a time of change, there's been no decade that had any more change than the 1960s. I arrived here as a Jesuit high school graduate who was supremely overconfident. That self-confidence was shaken in the first week I was here when I interacted with a group of bright young men and women discussing James Joyce's Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. I knew right at that point that I had my work cut out for me. The education began then and continued for 4 years, and with some hard work on my part and the help of a lot of outstanding faculty members with names like Moyne, Boudreau, Cunningham, Brady, Curtin, Schubert, Durr, DeGennaro, and Luke Hart, and many more, I received a very fine education. I also was lucky to learn the rudiments of some people skills from staff members like Ed Gorman, John Blasi, and Peg Dwyer. But that was only part of what I learned during the time here. Really, the most important thing I learned was from my classmates and the other students at Moyne at the time. I learned about friendship, integrity, commitment, and service. I really feel as if during my time at Moyne, I caught lightning in a bottle. And this lightning has helped light the way through the past 40 years since we graduated. And I have Moyne to thank for other things beside a fine education. First and foremost, I met and married the love of my life, my wife Pat. She's helped me, supported me, and tolerated me for 38 years. And I also have the most loyal group of friends imaginable. Friendships which started that day at 324 Nelligan have endured to this day. And although separated by many miles and sometimes not seeing each other for more than a decade, these friendships are as vital as they were in senior week in 1969. Now, Hillary Clinton may feel that it takes a village, but for me it took a college. Although my professional life has been spent in service, first to our country and then to the underinsured and underserved in Texas and now here in Syracuse, I'm not any different than many of you here in this room and many of the Moyne graduates in Central New York. Many people have served as teachers, nurses, medical providers, civil servants, and leaders in the many nonprofit organizations that have proliferated in the past 30 years. And in the 6 months that I've been back here in Syracuse, I've noted that the Moyne graduates are woven deep in the fabric of Central New York, and Central New York would not be what it was and is now if it weren't for Moyne College. We, the children of the greatest generation, have been called baby boomers and other perhaps less complimentary things. But let me suggest now that our generation, perhaps the title of the how generation, might be applicable. Not how and how many things we've accumulated or how much money we have made and or saved, which we all know over the past years, how much money we've saved is a very fleeting measure. But how, and how much of an impact have we made? How many people have we helped? How much of a difference have we made? At age 61, younger than most of my classmates, I might add, I'm at a time when I can look back and answer some of those questions about what kind of a difference have we made. I'm happy with some of the answers, but realize there are still people to be helped, things to be done. And although the lightning I caught in the bottle here at Moyne is not burning as bright as it did at one time, I believe there's still enough light here to enable me to continue to make a difference over the coming years. In closing, I want to thank Moyne for this award. More importantly, I want to thank the college and my classmates for giving me the best 4 years of my life while I was a student here. And most importantly, I want to thank Moyne and all of you for helping to transform me from an overconfident high school student to a Moyne graduate who has tried to make some small difference in our world. Thank you.